This is Chris Mathis. It is Monday, January 25th, and this is your pre-New York video analysis. And I'm going to start this week like we do every Monday, and we're going to go over the upcoming data releases for the entire week. We do have some big things coming up this week. I know we have the Bank of England Governor King speaking at one point. We have the FOMC rate announcement. I think we have a rate announcement on the Kiwi. Ben Bernanke's confirmation hearing coming up. And also a Bank of Japan press conference. So just some things we want to know that are in front of us, because these types of things can actually affect trading for the entire week. So you just want to know when they're coming. You know, a lot of times, not always, but a lot of times you'll see price just, move sideways when you have rate announcements coming out, because basically the market's waiting to see what's going to happen. And but again, we don't know what's going to happen. You could experience extreme volatility before these announcements. It's just, but you want to know when they're coming so you can make a sound decision when you're trading. So anyway, we'll just run down here, and what we look for is, actually I'm going to put the filter. I'm going to get rid of these yellow ones. There we go. And all these red flagged events, and if you have a couple orange, medium impact, you want to pay attention to those as well. You can see we have the monetary policy statement here on the yen, overnight call rate. I'll start today. Actually, we have existing home sales coming out at 10 a.m. in the U.S. Bank of Japan press conference. So definitely something, these are definitely things to consider if you're trading any yen pairs. I'm just going to touch over these really quickly here. The key ones, of course, pay attention to all the red, and some people pay more attention to the orange than I do. If there's a few of them together, or if they're coupled with a red, I'll pay attention to that too. But I'm just going to run down the major ones that I see here. Bank of England Governor King is speaking. So if you're trading the pound, you definitely want to be aware of that. This is the Fed Chairman confirmation vote. They don't have a time here, so we might want to watch your news feed or Bloomberg or something and kind of get a feel for what's happening there, or when that's going to be actually done. Here's the big one right here on Wednesday, and that's the FOMC statement. And right on the heels of that, we have the Kiwi, the official cash rate in New Zealand. And then Thursday, we're back to our regular releases that are coming out. Expected high impact, core durable goods, unemployment claims. Advanced GDP on Friday. So you kind of get a feel for what's coming. You just want to know that going into the week again. So, okay. Now we're going to move on to market flow. Now I got to tell you, I've looked at the markets today, and I'm just not seeing a whole lot at this point. A lot of sideways, choppy movement. So, kind of see what develops here. Okay, this is the daily euro. We can see right now the daily market flow is down. Here's our most current swing point that's been broken. Our 4-hour market flow is up. and our 1 hour market flow is currently up. So we have an agreement between the 1 hour and the 4 hour. The overall market flow on this pair is currently up. I'll switch over to the Swiss. Daily market flow is up. Our 4 hour market flow is currently down. Our 1 hour market flow is also down. So we have an agreement between the 4 hour and the 1 hour, and the current market flow is down on the Swiss. Looking at the British pound daily, current market flow is up. Our most recent swing broken here. Our 4 hour is down. And the 1 hour is currently up. So we have an agreement with the 1 hour and the daily, and the current market flow is up. I'll move on to the yen, dollar yen. We see the daily market flow here is down. The 4 hour market flow is also down. And the 1 hour is currently up. We do have an agreement between the 4 hour and the daily, so the overall market flow is down. On to the euro yen. Daily market flow is down. Four-hour market flow is currently up. And our 1 hour market flow is currently up. So the overall market flow in the euro yen is up. Okay, and honestly at this point I have not seen anything divergence worthy of really showing this morning. So I'm just going to go ahead and quickly just look over where we're at here. Now definitely an area to watch out for here on the euro as we pull back up here is this area right in here. You can see it, as we start to pull up, we can expect to get some resistance in here. So we can maybe look to the lower time frames and see if anything happens as we approach this level here. Let me just go ahead and draw a line across that. And you can see this level has been a key level for quite a while. We've broken through and we're coming back up to it now. So definitely something to look for. Here we do have some possible divergence here. It's not diverging yet. Some bullish divergence. So we'll have to kind of see what happens here. But I don't want to look too far into that right now. We just want to see what happens as we get to this expected level of resistance. Now looking over that yen, this is a dollar yen, and this I'm just going over this because we actually took a trade on this on Friday. And as we pull down into this support level here. On the 15-minute chart, we had divergence at this point. Price came up and broke the high area between the two swing points, and we came back, we entered this, and we just kind of chopped around to the point where ended up closing this trade at break even before the weekend. And you can see we're just moving completely sideways here at this point. You can look at it from an hourly level here. We just really choppy in here, no direction, moving sideways. MACD coming back to the waterline. Again, I don't try to read too much into what price is going to do or where it's going, but at this point we really just look like we're consolidating here after a strong move down. So best to wait to see what price is going to do from this point. I think you pretty much have the same thing right now happening on the yen pairs. Big move down, just a lot of choppiness. Moving a little sideways here, not a whole lot. MACD back to the waterline and through it. The hourly euro yen here. As the yen looks the same. Big move down, choppy consolidation at this point. MACD came back to its waterline. So we're dealing with some consolidation on the yen pairs here. Not a lot to really see. We have the resistance level on the euro if we continue to move up here. So as of right now, I don't see a lot happening in the market. Wish I had more for you guys right now, but there's just, you get these kind of days where there's just not much happening. A lot of choppiness in price, just kind of waiting for things to develop. So I'm going to go ahead and end the recording here. Hopefully we'll have a little bit more tomorrow going into the session, and we'll see what develops today. I'll be in the room, so if we get some developments, we can look at those live and see what happens from there.